Let me tell you all a story about this 19-year-old girl who is in her first semester of college, who watches on as her new friend in college makes fried rice without looking at a recipe. And like this girl, she feels shy because she wishes that she could cook like that too. But the only thing that the girl knows how to make is Maggie in a cup with an egg in it. That's it. And she knows how to cut the product. She knows how to cut the potatoes, how to peel the onions, how to do those things, but she doesn't know how to combine these foods to create a dish. And that girl is me. Camila binti Arifin. I don't know how to cook. So today I will be persuading you all to teach your children and teenagers how to cook. Enjoy. Cooking isn't just a chore, it's an essential life skill that maybe not everyone is capable of doing. Fast food restaurants add hot water meals, takeouts, they exist, but how to cook, that's very beneficial to know how to do. Me, Camila binti Arifin, I am the example of what happens when you don't teach your child how to cook for themselves. Eating a Maggie cup almost every day at night ever since I came to college. It's not very good for your health, trust me. Firstly, I will explain how teaching children and teens how to cook can help them develop an important life skill. Second, I will be explaining how children and teens get to know more about their culture by cooking their own cultural dishes. And finally, I will discuss how cooking with family and friends can help create wonderful memories in one's life. Food is a necessity for humans to live. Like without food, we're dead. So that's why cavemen from the start were cooking to survive. Like they had to know how to cook. If they didn't know how to cook, they would have died from maybe food poisoning or salmonella like that. So learning how to cook is an essential life skill for kids and teens to have, because it'll help them tremendously in the future. Like imagine cutting a potato, cutting carrot, onion, adding in an uncooked chicken and water and a pinch of salt in a big cooker, and it becomes soup. Like it's like magic. And nowadays cooking videos exist online with popular chefs, well-known chefs like Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver, Anthony Bourdain, and Chef Wen. These people have the skills to create amazing dishes that are full with nutrients. If children and teens are taught how to cook, they'll be able to make dishes that are rich with nutrients rather than waste away eating foods like Maggie and McDonald's and KFC and or in a cup noodles. That's not healthy. So if we cook by ourselves, we know what's going inside of us. We know what we're consuming. Because who knows what they put inside of a hot dog. Who knows? Cooking is good and beneficial. It's a beneficial life skill to have. Not only is cooking for ourselves cheaper, but it's also much healthier. That's all for my first point. I will now be going on to my second point. Food is among the most important aspects of a culture. Food has extended its reach into pop culture nowadays too, especially when it's that time of the year when Hari Raya comes and our mothers will be stuck in the kitchen making dishes for the open house. I've always wanted to make rendang on my own. I wish I just knew how. Just the thought of one day being able to make my own dish for my own open house, it makes me feel happy. Parents and guardians can bring their children into the kitchen to help them teach them a few recipes or make them be involved in that process of making a dish. Then once the kid or teen leaves the country to maybe go study or something, they can bring their own culture in the form of a dish with them. So it'll be like bringing a part of home with them there so that they can remember, you know? And also maybe let other people know what kind of dishes their culture has, which is a good way to make friends. Teaching your kids how to make their own cultural dishes, I think, sounds more interesting than teaching your kids or teens about a history lesson. Because for food, you can eat it at the end. Yeah. We're getting close to the end of my speech because the following point is also my final point. It's always a great opportunity to be able to cook with our family. Memories are created by spending quality time in the kitchen with our loved ones. We might even get taught about secret recipes that were passed down from our mothers, from their grandmothers to their grandmothers, and God knows from who from there on. It's also a great bonding time if you had a fight with your parents, because as the saying goes, great food brings people together. You always remember the good times you had with your loved ones. Whenever you make a home-cooked meal, it's the bihun soup on the campus that reminds me of my mom's bihun soup, but it's not the same, and I wish I could make it just like how she does it, but I wish I knew how to cook, which I don't. Maybe one day. Cooking with friends can be thrilling, exciting, a bit messy with all the food fights you might have, you know. As someone who's in college, it's amazing to see how my friends can cook various types of dishes with what they have available. Like, imagine mixing tuna, sausages, some garlics, and some oil and rice, and you get a tasty, delicious fried rice dish. Like, that's great. It's those late night cooking sessions in college that you will remember forever when you graduate. Cooking with family and friends can create memories of a lifetime that you remember even after you graduate college, university. It's those great moments in life that you remember, that you reminisce about. The sentiment. So today I first discussed about how teaching children and teenagers how to cook can help them develop a important life skill. Second, I discussed about how cooking can help kids and teens get to know more about their culture. And finally, I discussed about how cooking with family and friends can create wonderful memories. In conclusion, children and teenagers should definitely learn how to cook, to be taught how to cook. If they don't, they may not have the skills to do so later on. Like, I'm in my first sem of college, I'm busy, I don't really have time to look at a video about how to cook because I have assignments to do, I have assessments to finish, I have tests to read up on. So yeah, maybe start teaching your kids and teens how to cook early on, which will be very beneficial to them. Trust me. So thank you for listening. Bye bye.